Oh, no, 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 no. Good evening. I'm working on grading the zucchini so I can do my zucchini red lentil fritters. We are doing it at dinner time today instead of lunchtime because today, fortunately, Michael was off work today already, but unfortunately we had to spend my lunch break diagnosing my car because the air conditioner has been having problems. And so we determined that yes, it is in fact the either air compressor or the clutch to the air compressor. Either way, we're replacing the entire thing. So I wanted to share this story with you guys just because I wanted to give you a friendly forewarning, one that I wish I had had at the time. I bought my car in 2021 and there was a recall on the air compressor at that time. And the dealership's like, oh, let's just go ahead and knock this out. If the recall is not something safety related, like, you know, airbag, seat belts, something like that, just don't do it, guys. I said, sure, go ahead. And here we are 3 years later, and the air compressor that they put on to replace the one that had the recall that was working perfectly fine has now failed. And so we've got to put on a new one. Fortunately and gratefully, so my boyfriend, he's an engineer, and he's just good at figuring all this kinds of stuff out. He replaced the air compressor in his own car a couple of summers ago, so he could do it if I needed him to. But also, fortunately, my son is very mechanically inclined, and he's been working on things since he was knee-high to a grasshopper. And he's been taking the auto tech courses at school, and he's getting his certification. He does not want to work as a mechanic, but it's kind of one of those backup things. His plan is to become an electrician, but he does know how to do air compressors. They actually did that last year in school. They worked on HVAC systems. So I am buying an air compressor from O'Reilly's, and I'm paying him a couple $100 to put it on for me. So I'll get it done for like half the price that I would have paid if I had to take it back to the dealership. Actually, less than half the price, because the air compressor is going to be, I think it was like $384, and then I'm going to pay him $200 to do it. And the bill when they replaced my air compressor 3 years ago, I didn't have to pay it, but they still gave me a copy of the work order, and it was $1,800. So that was the fun little adventure for today. So next week, he'll be home Sunday for the school year, and so next week he'll work on putting that on for me. But that's why I was MIA today at lunch, and I am now coming to you at almost 5 p.m. So I've got the zucchini grated. We're going to set this aside. I'm going to let it kind of, release the liquid, and then I'll squeeze out whatever is left in this towel, and I'm going to get all the other stuff together, and we're going to start assembling these fritters. Yes. Good morning. So before I make my bed, get dressed, make my matcha latte, and start working for the day, I wanted to go ahead and share with you my meal plan for next week. I was honestly just browsing Pinterest. I was looking for something for my son because he comes home this coming up Sunday, and he'll be home for good, because this is his senior year of high school. So whenever he graduates, he doesn't have to go spend the summer at his dad's anymore. He's free to just kind of do his own thing at that point. But anyway, I found something that I really wanted to try next week. So Michael and I, we really like ethnic foods. We like trying whether it's, different types of Asian cuisine or Middle Eastern or what have you. And I found a recipe for tofu kebabs. And now I'm not normally a tofu person. You would think, being plant-based, that would be like one of my favorite things in the world, but I just don't care for it that much. The only way that I have found that I like tofu so far is in a tofu scramble, and I will usually put that then on a wrap and do like some buffalo sauce and eat it almost like a buffalo chicken wrap or buffalo eggs. It's kind of more of a breakfast thing. Like, I use it in place of eggs because I used to like scrambled eggs in a wrap with buffalo sauce before I was plant-based. But this recipe, the pictures looked enticing and the recipe kind of sounded good. And tofu is one of those things that doesn't really have a lot of a flavor or a taste on its own. So it takes on flavors very well. So it's mainly like a texture thing that I'm not crazy about with the tofu, but I want to try it. And then I found another recipe for turmeric garlic rice. Like, I thought it would be really good with saffron rice, but saffron is just stupid expensive. So I found an alternative. And so I'm going to do tofu kebabs and turmeric garlic rice next week. So of course this will be on the screen, so you'll be able to look, and then I will put it on my blog, which today, the day that I'm recording this, it will be out tonight. So you'll be able to go and download the PDF version if you would like a copy of it too. I will link the recipes for both the rice and the kebabs down below and on the blog. So either place you want to go to check that out, feel free. But that's what I'm going to be doing for next week. So fingers crossed that it turns out good and I find another tofu recipe that I actually like. And with that, it is time for me to go and kind of finish up just my morning stuff. As I said, I need to go make my bed, figure out what I'm going to wear for the day, and get dressed. And then I'll probably go ahead and make my matcha latte, which actually, since I like to do the matcha with just a little bit of hot water out of my reverse osmosis so it can help kind of dissolve it a little bit, and then pop it in the fridge. So I'll do that first before I do the other things. That way, when I'm done making my bed and getting dressed and getting myself ready for the day, I'll be able to make my matcha latte. So let's get to it.